Greetings all the way from the Philippines. This is Andrew Perez. We're your missionaries, Andrew, Kelsey, and Pippa. We are so excited to be able to report to you guys all that God has been doing, even in just the past month. We've had smooth traveling. Pippa did incredibly on the plane. Even the second flight that we had one to Seoul, Korea, and then on our second flight from Korea, then to Manila, Pippa slept the entire way. So we know that you guys were praying, and we saw it firsthand because Pippa was cashed, and we're definitely grateful for that. But since then, which brings me to my first prayer point, Pippa has been struggling just with the adapting to a new time zone. Not only is her whole sleep schedule just thrown off, but now she's waking up anywhere from an hour to 30 minutes apart all the way throughout the night, which Kelsey and I can handle that, but we know sleep is very important for Pippa. So would you pray for her as she gets acclimated to a brand new time zone, getting over jet lag? Pray for us as we're also beginning to see some cultural differences, things that kind of just show us that the Philippines obviously operates in a way that isn't the same as the United States. Not to get overwhelmed at those things, but to just accept them as they are, and to begin to even to integrate those into the way that we do life as well. Another area of integration that we want to see in our own life is language learning. So pray for us as we're praying that in a month we would be able to start language learning. This would look like a tutor from one of the existing churches that is here with veteran missionaries, Lance and Melanie Gocher, to actually provide us a service where she might even come to our home to be able to teach us Tagalog, which is very exciting, especially knowing that we have a baby. So we would even be getting somebody, maybe even to come to our house, of family friends here, to watch her so that we would be able to focus on learning the language. So pray for that even God would grant us the ability to supernaturally learn this language at a quick pace, even that we would be able to do it without an accent, which I know takes time and takes years, but that God would grant us favor in that. And then lastly, would you pray that God would continue to burden our hearts for the many different places here in the Philippines, but would you pray specifically that God would give us a burden for a very specific spot? We know there are a lot of different places that you can start a church here in the Philippines, still 30 or so unreached people groups, and so with all these opportunities, we want to be sure that we're being led by the Spirit, walking closely with the Lord, that this is the specific place that we're going to be starting a church. So just pray that God would give us clarification on that. We're not looking to start a church till about 2.5 years after us being here on the field, because we want to prioritize language learning to be able to evangelize, disciple, and speak to somebody in their own heart language. So thank you guys so much for all of your prayer for us. We definitely feel your prayers as we're getting acclimated here in the Philippines. Thank you so much for your financial support that makes it able for us to do things like fill a home that we are now renting here in the Philippines, to do things like get a car so that we can move around, to sightsee, to practice our language learning. All of those things like that are possible because of God using your generosity. If you could shoot us an email at andrew.perez@bbfimissions.org and just let us know how we can be praying for you. We know that we desperately need God to move and intervene in our lives here in the Philippines just as much as you, wherever you are respectively in the States. So thank you guys so much for loving us from afar. We look forward to seeing you so soon.